This is the Louie T Network.
Louie T Live. Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome to Winners and Losers Week 6 edition. Damn it, these streams are getting later and later, it seems like. But there was a lot of attention to detail put into this particular episode. There were some things I needed to do for me, okay? There was some soul searching I needed to do. There was some self-assessing that I had to do. You know, when you hit this kind of rough patch, and this is not my first rodeo. This is not my first rough patch that I've hit. But when you've hit a rough patch, you have to assess what you're doing wrong. Figure out what it is you've done in the past that has led to success and get back to the basics. And that's what I had to do tonight. And so I feel really good. I feel really good after another disappointing week. Unlike last week where I was ashamed of my picks, even though I wasn't upset, this week's picks, I felt good about it. Even the fact that they didn't go the way that I wanted to. I was so close. I literally was 1 or 2 plays from being 10-4 this week. Like, seriously. I felt like I actually made really good picks and that some teams just simply let me down. And when I went and watched the games, those games back, it made me sick to my stomach to see how some of these teams threw away games that I was counting on as W's. So in any event, I'm not here to cry over spilt milk. Don't nobody give a damn about losers, man. So I'm not going to sit here and talk your damn head off about losing. Because on this program, we let the losers worry about losing and we glorify the winners, man. So to hell what I'm talking about right now. What's going on with y'all? Thank you for joining me tonight on this late stream. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And we got a couple of firsts on this program tonight. And I must say, one of them is not a good one. Okay, so we'll get to that a lot later on. We'll get to the standings overall. There's a change at the top of the leaderboard. And so we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. We'll get to the winners and the losers from week number 5 in the National Football League here on Winners and Losers. And so we'll get to that here in a second. And then at the very end of the program, we'll get to my week 6 picks. And we'll get out of here. And I'm going to try to get out of here. I'm going to try to make this as efficient a process as possible because it's already 11:30. So I've already started off on the wrong foot by starting this stream off at damn near 11:30. So with that being said, let's jump into the proceedings. Let's jump straight into the proceedings this evening. And we're going to go straight to the winners from last week. And last week was a tough week, man. I mean, like I told you, you're going to start to see the amount of winners diminish greatly. You're not going to see a ton of 10 and 12 win weeks for people just because the amount of games. It's so much harder. You slip up in the 1 o'clock hour and lose 3 games, there's not a lot of margin for error after that. You know what I mean? Like, you can only lose 1 more game the rest of the week. So 4 o'clock, the Sunday night, the Monday night, there's a little margin for error if you're not basically clean after the first wave of games. And if, God forbid, you don't get it done on Thursday night or you don't get it done on a London game or something like that, you're even at a steeper disadvantage. So it's imperative that you get off to a good start with these bye weeks now in full effect. And just like last week, we've got another week where you're going to have 4 teams on a bye. That means another 14-game schedule. So it's going to be tough. And I love it. I like it this way. I don't want a bunch of people getting 10 wins because 10 wins is sacred. When you get double digits, it's sacred. And it's made much more sacred by the fact that there aren't 16 games. All right, you don't get to be mediocre and still get double digits. You got to be on your shit. You got to be on your best behavior. You got to be an outstanding prognosticator to get double digits. And that's what these, I'm going to call them the big 3, did in week number 5. It's only 3 of them. And the first guy that did it, I'm really proud of him. I'm calling him right now the Alex Smith of Winners and Losers this season because this man is picking out of his brains right now. Like, I don't know where this is coming from. Much like Alex Smith, who is playing out of his mind right now at a level at which we have never seen Alex Smith even come close to sniffing before. I mean, Alex Smith is playing like an MVP caliber quarterback right now, which those two phrases, Alex Smith and MVP, don't even go in the same sentence together, and neither does this next participant in winning. Yet, that's what this guy's doing at a high clip. As a matter of fact, at such a high clip that my man B.E. at 10-4 is this week's winner, and he's the new leader in the clubhouse. I'm proud of this man, B.E., because he's come a long way. Now, he's still picking his damn Cardinals, even when he knows they're going to lose. But in any event, that's his prerogative. Even with the Cardinals' loss, still went 10-4, man. And so this man is hot. Somebody cool his ass off. Somebody get a fire extinguisher or something, because the last 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, this man has been in the winner's circle. He's getting very comfortable. He's got a bag of chips, a cold beverage, and his feet is up in the recliner. We got to get this man off of this winning circle, or else he's going to try to run away with this thing, because he's the first man to hit 50 wins this year on winners and losers. So this man is putting in work, okay? B.E. is putting in work, and he did it again in week 5. And like I said, hats off to B.E., man. I'm proud of that young fella. Now, I'm still going to catch his ass. I'm going to hawk him and smoke him a little bit later on down the line. I'm going to catch him, and once we get even, I'm leaving. But for the time being, man, damn, B.E., you're doing a hell of a job, my man. Keep it up. He brought friends with him this week. Mr. Silent Nation, he finally speaks up. We can hear you loud and clear. You got double digits, my man. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, Mr. Silent Nation. Don't sit there and be quiet. Be loud. We want to hear you. All right? Talk loud. Carry a big stick, Mr. Silent Nation. That's what you did, man. And even though everybody behind you is quiet, we heard you loud and clear. 10-4. That's big boy picking there, my man. Great job. Keep it up. And finally, a new guy coming in his second week, Toe-er. Boom, just like that, 10-4. Came in last week, and if I'm not mistaken, last week was 8-8, and this week was 10-4. So he really stepped his game up from his first week, and maybe that was the first week jitters. He had to get it out of the system. Got comfortable in week 2. That's a hell of a week, because again, this was not an easy week to go out and get double digits. As you can see, only 3 people were able to do so. So this was not an easy week. And for Toe-er to come in and drop a gem on our melon in only his second week here on Winners and Losers, I must say, impressive. Impressive indeed. The key, though, much like B.E. has shown all of us, consistency, which is what B.E. right now is personifying with his rise to the top. Keep rising to the top. Give it all you got. That's what B.E. is doing right now, as he is the #1 man here on Winners and Losers. He came for that #1 spot. He saw, he came, he conquered, and now it's our job to go and get B.E. off the top of the mountain. Congratulations to all of the winners, all 3 of them. Out of like 62 entrants, only 3 people were able to get double digits. That's an exclusive club if I've ever seen one, okay? Doesn't get much more exclusive than that. Y'all go ahead, pop bottles, have fun, and allow these losers to now converse amongst themselves as we get to the losers in week number 5. And again, there's plenty of us, and so we'll just jump right into it. And these are the guys that came close at 9-5, man. You're almost for there, but as I tell you every week, almost doesn't count. Almost doesn't count. You came close, and you were 1 game here, a play there from being 10-4, but oops, you did it again. You lost again. And so let's run down these quickly. Matthew Lynch, who has been tearing it up, when he does send in picks, he's been outstanding. If I'm not mistaken, in the 3 weeks that he sent picks, I think he has the highest win percentage of anybody. That includes my man BE. Now, again, smaller sample size. I think he's only sent me picks in 3 weeks, but in those 3 weeks, he's been outstanding. I think there's a 12-4. I think there's a 13-3 in there, or an 11-5 and a 13-3, or 11-5 and 12-4, and then there's this 9-5. He's been actually really good. I think he's got the highest win percentage of anybody sending in picks at this moment, but nonetheless, still wasn't able to get it done in this week. And so we go on to my man Sean Mack. Sean Mack has been knocking on the door, man. But as I've said a number of times, you keep on knocking, but you can't come in. You keep on knocking, but you can't come in. Sean Mack has been knocking at the door for the last 3 weeks strong. He may have gotten in once. I don't think he has. I think he's been right here, right on the cusp the last few weeks. He's making some solid picks every week, and he's another guy rising up the board. Started off a little slow, and other people were able to jump out in front of him, but he is slowly but surely rising up the leaderboard, looking back at some cats that were in front of him just a few weeks ago. Damn, everything was all good just a week ago. Sean Mack is leapfrogging cats, but again, not good enough to get it done in week number 5. Neither did PD Pablo get it done. 9-5, not bad, and is an improvement for him, as a matter of fact. But nonetheless, still not good enough to be on the right side of things. Still on the loser side, but 9-5. These guys are close. We'll see if they can turn it up a notch and get to the winner's circle next week. Sin Day Co at 9-5. Almost made it home, but again, just a little outside. You know, just like that fastball that's almost on the black, just a little outside, just missed 10 wins, double digits, and a trip to the winner's circle. Tank, 32-81, just missed it again. And like I said, these guys don't have anything to be ashamed of. 9-5 was not a bad week at all. As a matter of fact, I would have gladly taken 9-5 this week. I thought I was going to get 9-5 after the first wave of games, and there were a couple in there that let me down. Thought the Bears were going to win. They almost got it done. They didn't get it done. Thought the Raiders were going to find a way to win. They didn't get it done. So that got me to where I ended up. But nonetheless, 9-5, not bad. 9-5, not great. Young Mello, 9-5. See what happens when you show up to class on time? Damn, it makes a huge difference when I don't have to chase you down to get you to come to study hall, but you actually show up to study hall, do your work, and then go to practice. You see what happens, Young Mello? When you're in time for the Thursday night game, good things can happen. Still not good enough, but damn, better than 8-7, better than 7-8. Vast improvement. Leo Cease. This is a guy right here that just is inconsistent with sending his picks in. But when he does, he's usually pretty solid. Not great, but solid. 9-5, not great, but solid. So Leo Cease, that was okay. But again, got to be more consistent in sending in your picks. Brown Shoe T2, another guy that has been surprising to start out this season. He's been another revelation this year. He's been picking well. And as a matter of fact, much like Sean Mack, a guy that kind of started out, wasn't awful starting out, but saw a lot of people jump in front of him. And he has slowly picked guys off week after week after week with solid picks. And now he finds himself, if I'm not mistaken, in the top 5 of the leaderboard. When we take a look, I believe my man Brown Shoe T2 is now in the top 5 as he is making some outstanding picks week in and week out. And he's another guy that has surprised the hell out of me with his selections. I want to see how long this lasts for him, because now that his Bengals are playing better football, he's probably going to pick them every single week. They're not going to win every single week, and thus there are going to be some more losses in there for him. And I expect him to start to go south at some point. But again, another guy that just has surprised the hell out of me to start this season off. Brown Shoe T2, 9-5, not good enough to be in the winner's circle, but again, continuing to climb up the overall leaderboard. Ricky Lemmeyer, a guy that I believe this is his first time sending in picks, 9-5, not a bad debut at all. There are some others that made their debut in a very inauspicious one at that. So 9-5, you'll take it, you'll run with it, but again, not good enough. And we're not content with just being good here on this program. You're either great or you're a loser. And so you weren't good enough this week. 9-5 is good. It's not great. And if you're not great, it means you're a loser. And so that's where you find yourself this week, Ricky. But again, not a bad debut, not a bad debut at all. Those are all your guys that came in at 9-5 in week number 5. As we go to the cats that checked in at 8-6. And you look at this group, and this was another sizable group here of guys that just came close, you know. And again, I think a lot of people feel the same way that I felt. You were a play here, a game there from, boom, being, 9-10 wins. This is a group that probably feels the same exact way. And so you start with my man Jay Moo coming in at 8-6, putting in some work, but again, not enough work. But again, the key every week is to win more than you lose. And being at 500, that stinks because that means you didn't gain any ground from the week prior. And so 8-6, it isn't great. It's not 9-5. It's not 10-4, but it's 2 games over 500 for the week, and you'll take that kind of progress. And so Jay Moo, I'd say that's a solid week. It's not a great week. You can do better, but nonetheless, Eduardo O'Neal came in at 8-6, and so did Sad, Colts fan, and Colton Campbell. You look at all of these guys that checked in at 8-6, and like I said, the tough part about trying to climb up the leaderboard is consistency, stacking weeks upon weeks upon weeks with good quality picks and winners. And sometimes you got to take baby steps. And that may mean, hey, just winning 2 more games than you lose in a week. I haven't been able to say that the last couple of weeks, which is frustrating for me because even if you go 8-7, guess what? You still won 1 more game than you lost. So at the end of the season, you look up and you got a ton more wins than you do losses. You keep going under the Mendoza line. You keep going 500. And you're not stacking up enough wins to really make those losses look inferior. So 8-6 for all of these guys. Not bad at all. Not great, again. And because you're not great, you're still a loser. So don't get it twisted. I'm not giving you the stamp of approval here. I'm not giving you the stamp of approval. I'm not doing it. What I'm telling you is you're doing a good enough job of not being bad, if you get what I'm saying. As we continue on with Andrew Trigg, who said he was going to catch Andrew Kim. He's been doing a good job of stacking up more wins than losses the last couple of weeks. And Andrew Kim has been a little suspect of late. So Andrew Trigg has been able to gain ground. But in this particular week, Isaac Schnook and Andrew Kim join you, Andrew Trigg. And because of that, you weren't able to gain ground. And that's what I'm talking about. In order for you to catch up to BE, who's at the top of the leaderboard, you're going to have to stack up wins like bricks. You're going to have to win more than you lose. And BE may slip up next week, go 7-7. You need to at least go 8-6. And so in a week where it was tough, and I think this upcoming week, not that tough at all. I expect more than 3 people to have double digits next week. I expect a lot of people to win 9 games. And if you go out on a limb and you don't succeed, you might win 7 or 8. I don't expect a ton of people to be below the Mendoza line. This is not a week where you should be venturing below the Mendoza line unless we get a lot of upsets and unexpected outcomes, which has been the theme of this season. So in any event, those are going to stop at some point. It's cute in the beginning of the season because we're still trying to figure out teams. At some point, the teams that aren't good are going to realize they aren't good, and they're going to start losing games, and we're not going to have as many upsets. I think we're going to start to see that trend go away as we get to these closer to the midpoint of the season. Week 6, we're starting to figure out who teams are. Not going to see as many teams getting upsets, and so got to keep stacking up these wins. 8-6 is a solid week. Pepe the YouTuber, BK Soldier 2010, worst ever, finally didn't make his picks the worst ever. And Squints1, who also has been making a power move to the top of the charts, took a little bit of a step back this week, did Squints1. But nonetheless, more wins than losses means more wins and a chance to move up in the standings, which Squints1 has done yet again. Worst ever, not your worst ever picks. Okay, that was last week. This is much better. Still not great, but it's much better than what you did a week ago. BK Soldier 2010. You were just in the winner's circle a couple of weeks ago, maybe even last week. You want to get back there again. You're going to have to make better picks. But your Jacksonville Jaguars came up with a big win. You probably didn't pick them. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. In any event, much like I've been saying to a lot of these fans of teams that are on that brink of being good but probably not going to win a ton of games, just be careful when you pick your Jags. I know you feel confident, and this is a week where I don't feel like you should feel guilty for picking your team. At home versus the Rams, you probably feel like you should get that one, knock yourself out. But just don't be a homer. Don't be one of these guys that refuses to go against their team even though they know they're going to lose. Don't be that guy. Don't cost yourself a chance to move up the leaderboard. Don't cost your chance to get double digits. Don't cost yourself a chance to be one of the best up here doing this because you want to be bullheaded and not go against your team. Squints had to learn the hard way. His team finally came up big for him. He's probably going to continue to pick his team. Some people you just can't convince to be smart, and that's okay. I don't mind people being idiotic because I like to see people lose games, okay? You losing games is good for me. So if you don't want to listen to my advice, fine. I'm not upset. Just don't look at me sideways when you say, damn, I could have been if ... I don't want to hear it. But those are all of the winners and losers this week, or should I say losers, that went 8-6. And so not bad, just not great. And so you go to the people that hit the Mendoza line this week, 7-7. And it's plenty of seats on the 7-7 bench, man. So grab up a chair, cop a squat. I'm over there. I'm on the 7-7 line. And so there are plenty of seats. I got seats next to me on my left. I got seats next to me on my right. So, hey, man, if you're feeling like getting to 500, have a seat, man. I got plenty of chairs around me, man. Grab a seat. Let's see who decided to sit with me. The Mister decided to sit with me at 7-7. And he dubbed himself the Jeff Fisher of winners and losers this year. Have at it. You are well on your way, my man, to being Jeff Fisher. That 7-7 sounds about right. Sounds about what a Jeff Fisher type would do. So continue doing what you do, man. Continuing to be the best loser that you can possibly be. As we keep going, Dark Sealer 1995. Look, man, he's been up and down. Up and down, up and down. One week he's 12-4, 11-5. The next week he's 7-7. Up and down, up and down. It fluctuates with Dark Sealer 1995. Consistency is what's going to win the day. And I told you about a lot of these cats, these gaming cats, Sir Crimson Pony. I told you about all these cats that you should expect to see on the loser side of things because this isn't gaming. This is real life stuff here. And so I expect those people to struggle. I'm starting to look at a couple of cats and I'm saying, all right, I think I know who you are. You're like the Cleveland Browns. You're like the San Francisco 49ers. I kind of know what you are. You're like the New York Giants. You're going to be over here losing a ton of games. As we keep going, Clean Senpai. Your picks continue to be dirty as hell every single week. You need to wash your picks. Get your mind right. Make better selections. I don't get enough picks from you for you to come in here and go 7-7. I don't get enough. I get a pick from you 1 week, don't see you for 3 weeks, then you come back and you're mediocre. You can keep that, man. If you're not going to consistently send me the picks, don't come back with a 7-7 mediocre week. Don't do that. Either come back with your picks living up to your namesake or don't come back at all. That's the best advice I can give you, man. Protect 428. I'm assuming FBG Tony is my man Protect 428. Is that assumption safe to make out there? If you out there, Tones, let me know. If you want to roll with the other name, FBG Tony, let me know. I will switch over Protect 428 to that new name and just carry over the wins and losses. But I'm sticking with Protect 428 for the time being because I know it's you. just by the lingo and the way that I received the picks. I know it's you. So just let me know what you want to do, how you want to handle it. You want to switch the name over, or you want to carry, or was that a mistake and you want to stick with Protect 428? Either way, 7-7, that's beneath you, bruh. That is beneath you. You are a double-digit getter. I expect double digits from you most weeks, often than not. So to see you at 7-7 with me, that's a little disappointing. Don't be like me. I always tell you, don't be like me, be better than me. You usually are either just like me in terms of double digits, or you better than me. By going to get double digits, you decided you wanted to be just like me. Don't do that. Not at 7-7, bro. You better than that. X Final Gaming. I told you these gaming cats are going to be comfortable over here. Y'all grab pillows. Sir Crimson Pony. X Final Gaming. Dark Fears Fire Gaming. Y'all cats grab pillows. Get comfortable. You guys are losers. Okay? Get comfortable. This is where you'll be for the remainder of the season. There may be 1 or 2 weeks where you jump out and have an out-of-body experience and you go visit the winner side. That's a visit for you, like going to grandma's house. That's a visit. But this is your home, okay? When we say protect the house, you guys are protecting the loser circle. You guys are like gatekeepers. In order to get here, you got to pass X Final Gaming. You got to pass Sir Crimson Pony. You got to pass Dark Fears Fire Gaming. Those guys will be here. Those are the gatekeepers. They run this show over here. So it doesn't surprise me to see X Final Gaming because I know this is where he lives. This is his house. You knock on the door at the loser residence, and guess who's coming to the door? X Final Gaming, Sir Crimson Pony, or Dark Fears Fire Gaming. Or all three of them might come to the door at the same time. Who knows? In any event, Jaleel, you've been slipping, bro. You started out with some quality picks, and it just seemed like each week your picks, the level and quality of your picks diminish and diminish. I expect you to be under the Mendoza line next week. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make a bold prediction for next week. You're going to be 6-8 next week because each week you steadily decreasing in the level and quality of the picks you sending in. So I think you started out right around 11-5 one week, 10-6, something like that. And steadily you have declined to the point now where you are tap dancing on the Mendoza line. Next week, you're going to be under there. I'm going to be looking down at you like, damn, homie. 2 weeks ago, you was the man, homie. The F happened to you. You're going to be below the Mendoza line. I'm calling it right now. And in this next week, no one should be below the Mendoza line. And I'm putting that on your head right now. Let's move on. MC8989. This is a brand new entry. And with that kind of name, I expect him to be a loser as well. So I expect him to be another one of these cats that's just consistently, if I get picks, this is the first time I got picks from him, so I may not see him again because this is a trend that I'm seeing. The first time you send me picks, if you struggle that first week, I don't see you again for the most part. I got a lot of people that sent me picks week 1, they struggled, I haven't seen them since. A lot of people that sent me picks for the first time week 2, haven't seen them since. If you do well on that first time, you're like, man, this is fun. I like this. This is awesome. Then they come back. Then they get their ass whooped, and then they disappear. This might be the case of a guy coming in thinking he's about to wreck some shit. Then he gets wrecked, and he's like, man, I ain't sending no more goddamn picks. So I'm not even going to kill this cat because I don't expect him to be back. So we'll see if I'm right or wrong there. But we're going to just keep the party going, keep the train going. RG3, hashtag, OTS Flow, AP9000, all of these cats are on the Mendoza line with me, man. We on the Mendoza line. Y'all on the front line, we on the Mendoza line. And so RG3 hashtag, like I told you, you can go ahead and lump him in with the gamers. He's going to be on the losing side of things. This is where he lives. This is his address. You know where to find him. He's another one of these cats. I say the same thing every week. You know where you're going to find RG3. I can't even tell you the last time this man's been on the winning side of things. Can't tell you. He doesn't make trips. He doesn't leave the basement. All right, he's one of them cats, 37 years old, still in mom's basement. He doesn't leave the house. We know where to find him. OTS Flow, I told you his flow is bad. OTS, his flow is always late. It's offbeat. It never has any rhyme or rhythm. All right. His 16 bars always seem like 19. His flow is horrible. And when your flow is that bad, you're a loser. And that's where we find OTS the majority of the time as well. AP9000 has been outstanding this year up until this point. This is really disappointing for AP9000 because AP has been holding it down. And I think the fact that the Redskins didn't play this past week really affected him. Like, it seriously affected the way that he made selections. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass. Now that the Redskins are back, I expect him to go back to his winning ways. But this is a rough week for AP9000. And much like my man, Protect428, I expect better out of AP9000. He's gained my respect. I expect better. And those who know better do better. I expect better out of you. So I'm not going to chastise you. I'm just tell you, do better. I know you can be better. So be better. Vincent Coe, Money Miz, Tucktown, AZ88. Vincent Coe, like I told you, man, he's another one of these cats that I'm looking at him, and I haven't declared him New York Giants, Cleveland Browns, San Francisco 49ers like I have the Gaming Crew and RG3 hashtag. However, I'm looking at him like the Chargers, and I'm saying, hey, bruh, you like 1 week away from being winless. And I'm starting to look at Vincent Coe like, hey, I think you might be one of these cats that's not going to win too many games this season. You look like a cat that's going to be over here on the loser side a lot this year. I'm starting to look at Vincent Coe that way. He's got to change my perception of him. Right now, I'm looking at Vincent Coe and I'm saying, you look real suspect, man. Game recognized game, and you don't look familiar at all. You looking real unfamiliar. So I'm telling you right now, you won't notice Vincent Coe. All right? Money Miz 14, that's one of my favorite guys to pick with because he loves to throw jabs. We throw jabs back and forth. This is my guy because he talks trash just like I do. And it was funny because he said, hey, so it's crazy that the host is below the Mendoza line showing us how to do it. He came for my neck. He came for the jugular last week. And I couldn't say nothing because I was below the Mendoza line last week. And so all I could do was laugh. He said, let me show you how to do it, how a real G does it. And then I said, all right, well, show me, bro. Show me what I gotta do. Show me what I gotta do to get back to winning. You know what this man said? I'm gonna show you how to go 7-7. I'm gonna show you how to hit that Mendoza line, man. So maybe I don't need to follow this guy because he led me straight to Mediocreville. And I don't like going to mediocre. I like passing through Mediocreville. I don't like staying there. And Money Miz is a cat that he will take a vacation to Mediocreville. He'll stay there for a few weeks. He'll even travel into, dare I say, the hellhole. Nobody likes staying there. Money Miz has gotten comfortable there a couple of times. So I look at Money Miz and I laugh because he loves visiting and staying for multiple weeks in Mediocreville. But I'm not going to say much because I'm in Mediocreville right with you this week. But I'm leaving. I'm leaving. This is my last week. You probably going to be there next week. And my man Tucktown AZ, yes, it's a man. Remember last week I was up in the air as to whether it was a female or male. I really couldn't tell. He's like, bruh, I'm an all man. He's an all true man. All true man. Yeah, baby. Too bad his picks were a little, something broke. 7-7. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. But in any event, Tucktown AZ, we're going to see what you got next week. 7-7. Boy, you're living dangerously. Again, don't be like me. Don't be like Louie T. Be better than me. So, with that being said, Mark Vaughn and Kevin. Not Kevin. Not Keeban. Kevin. Hey, Kevin. That is a great name, by the way. I love saying that. Kevin. Hey, Kevin. 7-7. That rhymes. Should I call you 7-7 Kevin? Should I call you that? Should that be your new name? 7-7 Kevin? Get your act together, man. Or else you will be 7-7 Kevin from here on out. Mark Vaughn. Mark surprised us all by being in double digits last week. The week prior, Mark Vaughn was funky. So right now, Mark Vaughn is the Jacksonville Jaguars of winners and losers. One week he's on, the next week he's not. So if Mark Vaughn is true to his form, next week he'll be in double digits. Or maybe he just got lucky last week. That's a possibility too. We'll find out together, won't we? And finally, little old me, Lil T. With the cold sign again, man. I'm cold, man. These picks have been ice cold, and right now I am cold-blooded. And I did some soul searching this week. That's why the program was so late. I did some soul searching. And I figured out what I was doing wrong. I'm not going to tell y'all what I was doing wrong. Just know that I fixed the problem. Just like a jump shooter that's slumping and not being able to hit that smooth J. Or that batter that is in a little bit of a slump, old for his last 13 at bats. But you know this guy can hit the rock. I figured it out. Made a couple of adjustments. And I'm telling y'all right now, for those of you who are zooming by me on the leaderboard, you better get as much distance as you can because I'm coming for that ass. So take this opportunity while I'm around here bullshitting. Take this opportunity and run. Run as far away as you can. Because when I get on the horse and I start goddamn giddy upping, I'm like that horse that's about 3 horse lengths back around that turn. But all of a sudden, you see this horse hauling ass, passing everybody, making that dead ass sprint to the finish. And all of a sudden, he takes off and leaves everybody in his dust. I'm that horse coming off the pace. So you better get out as far in front as possible, because when I get on this damn horse, and it's coming, y'all that know me, that have been with me doing these picks, you know I'm streaky as hell. And when I get hot, I will burn all your asses up in the flames. Y'all better run. Run far. As fast as you can, because I'm coming. This 7-7 shit, this shit is dead. Dead, I tell you. I'm putting this shit to sleep this week. That mediocre shit, go ahead, grab a pillow, get him a nice, comfortable quilt. You can put his ass to sleep. For me, I can't speak for the rest of y'all, Money Miz, 14, and all y'all who love living in Mediocreville. I'm gone. Not to return again. At least not for the near future. So, you've been warned. Issued warning. Here I come. B.E., Sean Mack, Squints, all of y'all cats, BS, T2, all of y'all cats coming. A lot of y'all didn't run far enough. And some of that was me just jumping out to a nice start. I cooled off considerably. I'm about to heat back up though. Some of y'all like that Hot Pocket that you don't put in the oven or in the microwave for long enough, or that toaster strudel that's still cold on the inside. Yeah, y'all may seem like y'all hot right now on the outside. As soon as you get to the middle, and we about to get to the middle of this season. As soon as you get to the middle, you're like, damn, this shit cold as hell. That's a lot of y'all that's hot right now. Me, I'm going to heat this shit up, and it's going to be hot throughout. Just wait. But in any event, enough about me losing. Let's get to some more losers who lost worse than I did. Week number 5. These 6 and 8 cats. Below the Mendoza line. I was here last week, man. It's not fun. Not fun at all. And so, we start off with my man Dre True Statement. God damn it, Dre. It ain't Dre Day. This is the thing that frustrates me. Dre True Statement. Yet your picks are always false. Why is that? Dre True Statement means what you say after your name should be a true statement. So you tell me Lions gonna win this week. That's a fact. Except it's false. So should I look at your name in the opposite fashion? Whatever you say, go the opposite way. Seems like that's the case. All right, let's just move on. Sir Crimson Pony. What did I tell y'all about this guy? What did I tell you? What did I tell you about Sir Crimson Pony? What did I tell you about X Final Gaming? What did I tell you about Dark Fierce Fire? Case closed, man. My Little Pony is going to be over here all season long. You know where he is. 8-Ball NFL. Man, this cat started out so hot. And I said, man, 8-Ball corner pocket for the win. I said, looking at Crystal Ball, tell me what you see, man. He said, I see more wins for 8-Ball NFL. I said, look again. He said, damn. I see more losses for 8-Ball NFL. I do too. I do too. I think this is the beginning of the end for 8-Ball NFL. I think we're going to see a lot of L's for this young man because he started out hot, and much like Jaleel, those picks, and I told Jaleel he's going to be down here next week. 8-Ball NFL was Jaleel before Jaleel was Jaleel, okay? 8-Ball NFL started up here, then the next week he was down here, then the next week he was down here. Now he's down below the Mendoza line, freezing, looking for a blanket, a jacket, some kind of cover. It's cold. Dark as hell and hot until it's cold. Jaleel, you next. 8-Ball NFL can tell you. He'll keep you company, though. He'll be down there probably too next week. Enrique Valencia, or as we know him on this program, Enrique Iglesias. Bailamos. Let the rhythm take you over. Bailamos. Te quiero, ama mío. Bailamos. Told you this guy's a loser, man. Enrique Iglesias. Dance. Dance for me, Enrique. Dance. Dance below the Mendoza line. High Lord Reptile. Brand new to the scene. Damn. You know he's going to be down there a lot if he comes back. Again, like I told you earlier, when we get first-time entries and they stink it up, generally, they don't come back. I wouldn't be shocked if I never hear from High Lord Reptile again. But just know this. He's used to being in cold environments. He's cold-blooded. He's a reptile. So 6 and 8, that's like home for him, man. Like Happy Gilmore is screaming at the golf ball 6 inches from the hole. That's your home. You don't want to go in your home? He's at home at 6 and 8. He's a reptile. He's cold-blooded. That's where he lives. So I can't be upset at him for going 6 and 8. And I won't be upset if I never hear from him again. It's facts. That's just how it goes. Smoking Jay. Damn. I could have, this was the perfect time to insert Dolphins offensive line coach Chris Forrester joke right here. Not going to do that because that's not funny, man. That's a real life problem that I hope and they said he's in rehab as we speak, which is good news, man. Get you some help. Smoking Jay, get you some help, bro. Much like Chris Forrester, who is an ex-Washington Redskins positional coach. So there's a little bit of a soft spot there because once family, always family, unless you do us wrong. There's a soft spot for Chris Forrester. I got a soft spot for Smoking Jay, man. Get some help, bro. If you need help from me, just consult my picks. I will show you the way to do it. If you need to mimic every pick that I make, fine, do so. I don't feel bad. You need help, though. Whatever you are smoking, whatever you're on, it is addictive, and you have fallen into the deep, deep, dark crevices of addiction. And it has taken over your ability to make sound decisions when making NFL picks. You need help. Please get help before it's too late. As we move on to Kanye the God. Damn, Kanye, you started out well too, man. Your name is Kanye, but a lot of your picks still say Kane. Damn. What happened? Jesus not walking with you no more? Or is it because you're a college dropout that these picks are starting to go south? Which one is it? This is not your beautiful, dark, and twisted fantasy. I can tell you that much. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is your dark, twisted, beautiful fantasy. I don't know. I can tell you one thing, though. Your picks are going down. Down. Not up. You're not trending upwards. You're trending down, just like the career of Kanye West. I hope his next album is a gem. Just like I hope your next week's picks are a gem. Not counting on it, though. I'm not. Cloud. Cloud told me he was going to be on cloud 9. He's actually on cloud 6, as in 6 and 8. Damn, homie. And there's no silver lining in this cloud. Just all dark, man. It's all dark. It's gloomy. It's nasty. There's a 90% chance of rain, Cloud. Damn, man. Sunny days may be ahead for you. Probably not, but maybe. I'm looking at the 7-day forecast, and right now, I see clouds, and more clouds. Rain, and more rain. That includes you and your Philadelphia Eagles this week. I see rain in the forecast. Thunderous rain. Just like your picks. Wet, disgusting, and simply unacceptable. Garbage. Inevitable consequence. We knew it. At some point, he would come back down to earth. Last week, it was inevitable that he would have one good week. But as we all know, it's inevitable that the consequence for losing is being back on the loser side of things. And that's where he's going to be most weeks. Let's face it. I think he's sent me picks for 4 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks. And 3 out of those 4 weeks, he's found himself on this side of things. At least 2 for sure. In any event, inevitable consequence. It's only right that you find your way back here. And get comfortable too, because I believe this is, you're another one of these cats. I'm not ready to put you into the gaming group. I'm not ready to put you into the RG3 hashtag address. I'm not ready to make this your permanent home yet. But you're thinking about moving. You're thinking about moving over here. And I'm going to tell you, it's not a wise decision. It may look like a nice neighborhood, but boy, does the property value deteriorate over here quickly. Every hallway over here got some crack in it. Don't get trapped in it. You need to choose wisely. Watch your step, or it might be your last, bruh. Joe Sharp, we have this same conversation every week, man. Your picks are so dull every week. Stop coming to a gunfight with a dull-ass butter knife, Joe Sharp. Please, bruh. If you're going to come to this gunfight with a knife, at least sharpen your weapon, please. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at you. I'm laughing at you now. Because you keep showing up saying, I got these sharp weapons. What do you want? And you pulling out a spork. You ain't gonna beat nobody like that, man. You ain't scaring nobody like that, man. Back to the drawing board, Joe. I want to like you, Joe. I do. I can't get down with losers, man. I just can't. Vegeta's dark side. He's inconsistent. He's inconsistent. I think it was just last week Vegeta was double digits. 10 and 6 last week, I believe. In a tough week, Vegeta got it done. And now Vegeta's under the Mendoza line. Like, I mean, that kind of fluctuation, that shit scares me. I don't know about you, that scares the hell out of me. Are you a Super Saiyan or what are you? I don't know. Bottom line is, I don't know what to make of you yet. I'm still trying to get a bead on what you are. You probably are like my man Carmen Rana. We're going to talk about my man Carmen Rana in a little bit. You might be a second coming of Carmen Rana. That's what you might be. We gonna see. In any event, Bobby Marley, R.J. West, Flash Goodwin, he's back. And back with a thud. It's Flash Goodwin, a guy that consistently sent me picks last year. Hell, the year before that, fell off the face of the earth. His Bills win some games, and magically he reappears. Hey, how about that? I don't know if there's a direct correlation to his Bills starting off the season 3-1 and him sending me picks or not. Bottom line is, we see what he did when he came back. Maybe he was gone for a reason. Maybe he needs to stay gone. Again, I'm not begging y'all to send me bad picks. I could do without inputting your 6 and 8. Won't be any skin off my back. Okay, Flash Goodwin. You missed the first 4 weeks and then you show up and go 6 and 8. You can keep that shit, man. Seriously, you can literally keep those picks. R.J. West. We have the same conversation. I'm starting to believe you a loser too. Because every week I feel like I say the same line with you. Maybe you needed to go east. Pack your shit up and go east. All right, maybe the West Coast isn't the best coast for you. Maybe you need to go, and I'm an East Coast biased dude. So maybe you need to come on to the East Coast, man. Maybe there's something out here for you. There's nothing out west for you, RJ. Nothing. Nothing but losing and bad picks. And Raiders football, which turned out to be losing football as well. And 49ers football, which turns out to have been losing football as well. Nothing but bad out on the West for you right now, man. Come on to the East side, man. Before it's too late. Because I think your record right now, you might be under 500 overall making picks this year. Not just this week, overall. Which, if that's the case, that's a sad state of affairs, man. It's hard to get there. I think you might be there. It might be time for a change of scenery, man. How about RJ East? Pull a page out of Dark Chief, his page last week, and go Bright Chief and go RJ East, RJ North, RJ South. I think RJ East has a better ring to it. What do you think? Man, maybe not. If you stay RJ West, though, I can tell you this much. You're gonna be 6 and 8 again next week. I can tell you that much. Most likely, you're gonna be 6 and 8 again. And next week's not even a tough week. Again, I don't expect anybody except Jaleel to be under the Mendoza line next week. I'm not saying you guys are going to win. You're still going to be on this side of the bracket. I'm just saying you're not going to be below the Mendoza line. You shouldn't be. Next week is not a hard week. Jaleel is the only one that's going to struggle with his picks next week. Bobby Marley. Much like Smoke and Jay, you need help, man. You need some help. So, as a wise man once told me, to the rescue, here I am. Want you to know now where I stand. To the rescue, here I come. Here I am. Want you to know where I stand. You need my help? Sun is shining, man. The weather is sweet. Make you want to move your dancing feet. To the rescue. Here I am. I'm coming to the rescue for you, Bobby Marley. I like you, man. I love your name, Bobby Marley. I'm coming to the rescue, man. Jump on my back. I'm going to take you to safety. You and Smoke and Jay need help, man. Follow me. I'll take you to the promised land. All right? Continuing on. Teddy Roachless. Boy, has he hit hard times, man. That man he's basically hit rock bottom. He hit rock bottom. The cops got him, man. Shit, everybody on my block's got him, man. He's got some problems, man. He hit rock bottoms. He got problems. Now everybody on my block's got him. It's rough for Teddy Roachless, man. It's hard out on them streets, man. When you're alone and you don't got nobody to turn to, it's rough out on those streets, man. And Teddy, it's been a slow, steady decline downward for Teddy. When he does send picks, it's not pretty, man. But I'm gonna leave Teddy alone because this next cat, I gotta have a conversation with him, man. Because my man, years old, bro. What are you doing? You know what we're going to do, Hawk? We're going to have a 0 for 0. Not a 30 for 30. A 0 for 0 called Who Shot Hawk? Who Shot Hawk? And it's going to chronicle the rise and fall of Hawk as one of the best prognosticators on winners and losers to one of the worst. Who shot Hawk? Was it B.E.? He's a fellow bird, though. I doubt that he would want to see the demise of another bird. Was it Smoking Jay? Maybe. Maybe he smoked you, knocked you out of the sky. You know, misery loves company. All you got to do is look up, and Smoking Jay is right there at 6 and 8, right along with you. Misery loves company. Maybe Jay smoked you. I don't know, man. Got a lot of company, man. Any one of those cats could be the culprit. Who shot Hawk? 0 for 0. Hawk! 0 for 0 coming to a Louie T network program near you. 0 for 0. Who shot Hawk? I got a couple of suspects in mind, man. We're gonna find out in the upcoming weeks who shot Hawk. I can't wait to find out. And finally, no, not finally. Let's get to the 5 and 9ers. Boy, you stink when you go 5 and 9. It's only 14 of these things, man. Pretty tough to go 5 and 9, but some cats found it pretty easy to do it. Travis Barker, what the hell, man? Just 2 weeks ago. Just 2 weeks ago, you was flaming hot, bro. You were the top prognosticator of the week. You were the top winner. Flames coming from your picks. Damn. Your name, you sound like a extreme sports guy, like you skateboard or something. Travis Barker. I'm going to tell you right now, 5 and 9, your picks, ridiculousness. That's what it is. You another cat. I'm watching you just like I'm watching Vegeta's Dark Side. Because that kind of fluctuation, I think you went like 13 and 3 one week, and now you 5 and 9. That shit is not normal. There is some kind of disconnect. We can get to the bottom of that. Oh, hell. Here we go. Remember Carmen Rana last week, guys? Remember where he was? He had the crown last week. Remember the guy with the purple and the crown? Remember that? That was him. Carmen Rana. Last week, I think he went like 11 and 5, 12 and 4 last week. Yeah, it was him. What the hell did I tell you about Carmen Rana? From week 1, what did I tell you? I said you don't ever know what Carmen Rana you're going to get. I said you can get 11 and 5, 12 and 4 Carmen Rana. You can get 8 and 8 Carmen Rana. You can get 5 and 9 Carmen Rana. Ugh, that's nasty. You know what I'm gonna say? He closed his eyes and he just circled teams. I can't accept 5 and 9 from him. Not after what he did last week. The man was at the top of the leaderboard. Like, it'd be one thing if he was like Travis Barker and he went 13 and 3 one week and 5 and 9 a couple weeks later. Okay. That's not uncommon. Travis Barker isn't a consistent winner. Carmen Rana generally stays from anywhere from 12 and 4 to like 8 and 8. Somewhere in there. But 5 and 9 though? See, that's why I told you, you can't trust Carmen Rana, man. Damn, homie. Just last week, you was the man, homie. The up happened to you. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. Stop asking. Caden Boyer. Caden Boyer is another one of these cats that jury's still out. But much like some of these other cats that I'm looking at, that I talked about, like Vincent Cole, where I'm looking at you and I'm like, I think you about to move permanently into the loser side of things. I got my eye on Caden Boyer. This is pathetic right here. Like, you know, it's okay to go 8 and 6 every now and again. You know, it's okay to go 9-5. 7-7 may happen. You know, it shouldn't, but it happens. 5-9 is inexcusable. It's inexcusable. It's 14 games. It's hard to lose 9 of. You almost lost double-digit games. Do you know how hard it is to do that? Think about that for a second. When it's only 14, you almost lost 10 of them. You need to wash your face. Get your mind right. Make better picks. Wow. What's going on with these 5-9 cats? Bronco Kid. I told you. We was going to watch Bronco Kid because he burst onto the scene. New kid on the block. Holding it down. I said, yeah, that's nice. Nice little debut. It's cute. That's great. I need more. Like Doug Funny. I need more allowance. You're the lady. Why? Because I do. I need more wins. Why? Because I do. Because I don't trust you. You see why I don't trust you, Bronco Kid? 5-9, bro. Now, I'm going to chalk this one up to much like AP, 9,000 going 7-7, and the Redskins not playing. I'm going to chalk up your 5-9 to the Broncos not playing and you just being distraught at the fact that there was no Denver Broncos football for you to view, and that's why you struggled in week 5. We're going to come back and we're going to reassess this situation next week, and we're going to see what you do. Next week is a cupcake layup week. Go out and get you 10 next week. Go out and get you 9 next week. That's the type of week this upcoming week is. Go get you some. We're going to see if you still over here tripping, slipping, falling, can't get up, slipping, falling, got to get up, get back on your feet so you can tear shit up. We're going to see if you slipping and falling, can't get up, or you back on your feet so you can tear shit up next week. We're going to see. I'm watching you. An ode to me holding the glass last week, and I think I know who did this. Drunk Louie. Really? Hell, even I was sober enough to get 7-7 though. You still went 5-9. Your picks were that drunk? You went 5-9? I know I was the encouragement behind Drunk Louie. All right? I know that was me. But I didn't even go 5-9. I was still sober enough to go 7-7. I'm not bragging on 7-7. But shit, 5-9? I want to say that was Dark Chief again. He strikes again. Not Bright Chief this week. Drunk Louie this week. I didn't even get a pick from Dark Chief. So I don't know if Dark Chief would stoop low enough to go Drunk Louie. But I'd appreciate it if you stopped giving me more work to do by adding more names to my list. If you're going to keep losing and going 5-9, do it under Dark Chief. At least we know that your picks continue to be dark and abysmal. Our good old buddy, old pal, Dark Fears Fire Gaming. What did I tell y'all about him, huh? What did I tell you about the gaming guys, the gaming crew? Huh? What did I tell you about the gaming guys? You know where to find them. This is not what they do. If they could make these picks with a controller, they'd be kicking ass. You know what Dark Fears Fire Gaming told me? He told me, he said, I'm going to show you, Louie. This is going to be my highest score ever. You get it? Highest score? Sure, you're right. Sure, you're right. 5-9, that's your high score, buddy? Damn, I hate to see what your low score is. I'm not even gonna kill him. You know why? I let the losers worry about losing. I told you this is his address. This is where he lives. You knock on the loser door. You know who's coming to the door. X Final Gaming, Dark Fears Fire Gaming, RG3 hashtag, Sir Crimson Pony. One of them cats showing up at the door. I'm not even gonna kill him. He lives here. What do you expect? Ginger Callum. Boy, Ginger Callum started out with a bang. And ever since, Ginger Callum been on hard times, man. Damn. Just like their Steelers hit a rough patch. It's all good though, man. Like I said, I don't mind tallying up the losses. I don't. Your losses don't affect me. Just gives me a chance to just chuckle, laugh, and keep it moving. Ginger Callum is a loser. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Ginger Callum lives in Loserville, on the loser side of things. And so I expect, and no, it's Mediocreville and then there's Loserland. Ginger Callum lives in Loserland, along with the gaming guys and RG3 hashtag. And I think Jaleel will be living there soon too. Jaleel might be visiting though. We'll see. But Ginger Callum, I've seen enough to know that Ginger Callum has a permanent residence in Loserland. And I will expect to find Ginger Callum there just about every single week. New entry, Calamity Fox. Damn, that's some calamity for your ass. First week, you come in 5-9. Matter of fact, I don't expect to see Calamity Fox back. I don't. 5-9, that's enough to scare even the slyest fox. Scare him away. Never to return. I thought foxes were supposed to be smart. Not Calamity Fox. Apparently not. And finally, what you've all been waiting for, the main event. The first ever loser of this magnitude on this program. I must say, this shit blew my mind. And I read the picks off to my girlfriend and she said, God damn. And when she goes and reacts to your picks that way, you know you had a rough week. And yes. 3-11. Oh my God. Who the hell did that? Who went 3-11? Who does that? 14 games and you only won 3? You lost 11 out of 14 games? Where they do that at? Yikes. Who is the owner of such garbage? Wow. I was in total shock. I had to read the picks over 5 times to make sure that I didn't make an error. I didn't make a mistake. I had to do that. And after reading it for the 5th time and saying, yeah, this guy went 3-11. I said, this is the ultimate loser. Ultimate. And so I give to you the ultimate loser on Winners and Losers, the biggest loser in Louie T Network history. None other than W2 Elite Atlas. His name is already pissy because he will go down in Piss Cup lore as the absolute worst prognosticator ever until someone takes his title. This is beyond Piss Cup status. This is the Ultra Piss Cup. You know those DirecTV commercials? When they talk about somebody and they say, Sam likes to go to the bathroom. Sam likes to leave the light on in the bathroom. But Sam doesn't wash his hands. Don't be like Sam. Don't be like W2 Elite Atlas. Please, no one out there be like W2 Elite Atlas. You know one of my favorite games growing up, one of my favorite fighting games when I was a little kid, not when I got older. Killer Instinct. Some of y'all might not even be old. Some of y'all probably weren't even born when Killer Instinct came out. Some of y'all weren't even old enough to even know what console Killer Instinct was on. I'm going to drop a little gem on your melon though tonight. Killer Instinct was one of the most illest fighting games on the Super Nintendo. The game was outstanding. The game was outstanding. Came with a soundtrack, a CD. The cartridge was black. Oh my God, Killer Instinct. And at the end of Killer Instinct, you could do a finishing move when you won the match. And at the end, if you did the combo, it was called an Ultra, 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 Ultra. DW2 Elite Atlas just got himself the first Ultra, 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 Ultra Piss Cup. So I present to you W or DW2 Elite Atlas with the Ultra, 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 Ultra Piss Cup. Wow. That's gruesome. You can't even see his name anymore. It's so pissy. Woo! That's going to do it for week 5, guys. Don't be like Do W2 Elite Atlas. You're banned for a week from sending me pics. Don't send me pics next week. Don't do it. Take a week off. Reflect. Think about what you just did in week 5. Come back stronger in week 7. Take a week off. Don't send me pics in week 6. Hey, let's get to some comments before we get to let's get to some comments before we move on to the let's go to the leaderboard. I know you guys want to see the leaderboard, so let's go to the leaderboard, shall we? Find your name, BE. Enjoy, my man. You deserve it. You've earned it. I want to get to some of your comments. I was trying to take a look at my Twitter. I think some people sent me some tweets, but can't pull it up at this very moment. But let's get to some comments in any event. See what we got. After this, we'll get to my my picks, and we're out of here. So, Dre True Statement says, just like the NFL, it's been a huge shift in picks. The winner's circle seems so long ago, LOL, man. I feel the same way. It's been a while since I've been there. We're going to... Reese says, was at the store the other day and picked up some of that indulgent trail mix, Lou. You were right, my friend. That stuff is choice. I told you. I actually, you might not believe this. I actually I'm a vegan now. Can you believe that? I'm a vegan. So I haven't had meat or chocolate or anything milk based in over 2 months. I've been vegan since the beginning of August, so a little over 2 months. And so I can't eat that trail mix anymore. That stuff was, I called it crack, because that stuff was like crack to me. I couldn't resist. I can't eat it anymore. So eat it for both of us. Eat enough for both of us, Ree, because that stuff is legendary. But it's got chocolate in it. It's got yogurt in it. I can't eat any of that stuff. So, man, knock it out for both of us, please. Vegeta's Dark Side says, this season thus far has been like a roller coaster. Still teams out there that's difficult to figure out. Same with some of y'all making picks. Squints1 says, bolt up, bring on the Raiders. Yep, we'll see about that. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. Let's see. Toe says, you never fix Isaac Snook's name. It has 2 A's. Yeah, I know. I didn't fix it on the on my show. I'm gonna fix it. I fixed it everywhere else. But we'll see. Cloud says, what the hell is going on with these teams? You think you know what you're doing, and then you pick a team and you lose. I got to pick a lot better, man. Everybody is pretty much in that same boat, except for my man B.E. and a few others. B.E. seems to have a hell of a grasp of what's going on. So we'll see. Dre True Statement says, LOL, should change my name again. The Dre True Statement Gaming. F that. I'm going to be better from here on out. Hey, you might need to go ahead and throw gaming on the end so you can make that your permanent residence, because you've been horrible, bruh. MC89 says, oh, no, I'm reading the wrong thing. Let's see. Let's keep going. BK Soldier 2010 says, I picked them, then I changed it, and then I changed it again. I couldn't decide. I already told you, don't change your picks. Or at least that's what a wise woman once told me. You're right. Your first answer is usually the right answer. Some of y'all made changes for the better. A lot of you guys found out Mariota wasn't going to play, made the adjustment, and took the Dolphins, and it turned out to get you an extra win. So sometimes that's not the case. But in any event, Brown Shoe T2 says, you won't catch me looking back. I'm staying ahead of the rest of the year. We'll see about that, BST2. I think you got a couple of stinksters coming your way, man. But you've been outstanding to start the season. Again, much like BE, I'm proud of you, man. You've been making some excellent picks. I want to see how long you're able to keep it up. Dre True Statement says, laughing my ass off. Chill, relax, I'm about to rally. We'll see about that. Everybody seems to be all upbeat after they make garbage picks. I'm going to be better next week. Hell, I've been doing the same thing. So who am I to talk? But hey, you were below the Mendoza line this week, and you've been down there quite often on the wrong side of things, man. It's been pretty bad. Sean Mack says, Enrique Iglesias took Jennifer Love Hewitt to Pound Town, bro. He ain't a loser like V is. Hey, go ahead, man. Y'all are crazy. Cloud says, can't diss my man Kanye like that, LOL. We'll see about that. He got to make better picks. Cloud says, we winning tomorrow's game or the Monday night game against y'all, or maybe both. Take your pick. I love your confidence, man. Love your confidence. He says, I pick both. Of course you do. I pick neither. But we'll see. One at a time. Vegeta's Dark Side says, I am inconsistent with my first bad week. Second to worst is 9-7, but I didn't hit my goal of below below the Mendoza line this year, having this week. But you can't go. Won't you? What were you, 6-8 this week? You were like 10-6 last week. And last week was tough. And you went 10-6. How you go 6-8 this week? Did you go 6-8 or 5-9? You went 6-8. How you go 6-8 after you went 10-6? Got my eye on you, man. BE says, I would never shoot down a fellow bird. I didn't think you would, but you never know, man. It's like a game of Clue. You know, you don't know who did it. But somebody got my man Hawk. Worst ever says, what if I told you a bird lost his wings? ESPN 0. I can't with y'all. Hey, worst ever, you wrong for that. I cannot do this with y'all, man. Worst ever, you are stupid. You are dumb. I cannot. Enrique Iglesias, a.k.a. Enrique Valencia, says, might as well group me with the gaming people. The loser side is where I reside. Absolutely, bruh. You are definitely in there. I forgot to name you, but yes, that's exactly where you belong. No doubt about it. I'm glad you know your place in the pecking order. The Mister says, something is wrong, Lou. I think I went 8-6. I think you miscalculated. Well, let's see. I got 7-7. And I'm going to tell you why you went 7-7 right now, since we're on the topic of discussion. Let me find your picks, because I write everybody's picks down. And I'll tell you why you went 7-7, brother, and not 8-6. And I think I know why, but I want to double check before I open my mouth. So let me find your picks first, and I will tell you. Yep, you went 7-7, bro. Here's why. You didn't pick a winner for Monday night. So you might have, in your mind, picked a winner, but you didn't put that team down on the actual site, on the discussion tab. So you left the game out. That docked you a win. And so you probably had Minnesota. You probably went 8-6, but you didn't put it down, so you went 7-7. He says, just checked. You shorted me one, bro. I'll check again. But like I said, I'm pretty sure that you didn't give me a Monday night game. I looked twice just to make sure, but I'll check again. Let's see. Oh, you did give me Monday night. Did you? Let me see. No, you didn't give me Monday night. So I'm looking at it right now. Pats, Bills, Jets, Lions, Titans, Colts, Giants, Eagles, Steelers, Rams, Raiders, Packers, and Chiefs. No Monday night game, brother. So that's where you went 7-7, not 8-6. So yeah, there you go. BE says we need to send an alert to find Louie, AK, and Hawk. They haven't been winners in a few weeks. Where did they go? Hey man, I'm coming. I already told you. You don't gotta put an APB out for me. I'm coming. I made my declaration tonight. Unfortunately for Hawk, man. It's been a rough patch for him, man, and I don't know if he's gonna snap out of it or not. We gonna see. Dre True Statement says, LOL. Ah shit. BE talking mess. When you winning, that's what you can do. and he just repeated what I basically said. When you winning and you the first to 50 wins, you can do that. You can do that. Pepe the YouTuber says, hell nah, Lou, you better hold these fools. I ain't gonna kill him. I got to get back to my winning ways first. Andrew Kim says, if you close your eyes and picked or flipped a coin and picked, you better be better than these 3-11 fools. I don't know how the hell you go 3-11. Yikes. No one went 4-10. I said, yeah, no one went 4-10. They skipped 4-10 and went straight to 3-11. Wow. The Mister says, boy, if I could get double-digit wins for once, though, it would make my outrageous statements I make here seem like they have some validity sometimes. Andrew Kim says, that's how you make history on the channel, one way or another. Yikes. That was so bad. I'm suspending that man for a week. He can't send me picks in week 6. Dre True Statement says, delete backspace and erase the whole damn memory drive. No way. Sean Mack says, nobody can do worse than 3-11. Carmen Rana is saying, hashtag hold my beer. Yo, that is terrible, man. How you managed to get to 3-11, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. Let's see now. Let's pick back up where we left off at. BE says, 2-game lead on second. That's about to grow come next week. I love BE's confidence. With each and every passing week, BE gets more and more confident. But when you've had 3 straight weeks of double-digit wins, I can't knock the hustle, man. BE is killing the game right now. BE says, anybody want that crown? Bring it. So he's talking some trash. I love it. The mister says, I'm out of here, Lou. Got to get ready for work in the morning. But do me a favor. Know that correction for me, bro. I'm still in the winning column. Yeah. You went 7-7. Hey, have a good one, man. Rest up for work, bruh. Sorry I started the stream so late. Sean Mack says, eat some damn cheeseburger, bro. It'll help you with your picks. Vegan. What the hell, dog? You are not the first person to make me feel bad for being a vegan, but it's a decision that I've made, and I feel good about that, man. I feel good. Reese says, there's a new kicker in town, Lou. Again, Pat Murray. He was gold when he was here last. So we'll see what happens with Pat Murray, man. Good luck to him. Reese says, if you don't mind me asking, what inspired you to go vegan, Lou? I decided to go vegan. There were a number of different things, actually. One, you get out of your body what you put into it. I know this to be a fact. Despite knowing that, I've done years of damage to my body by eating a lot of harmful things and putting a lot of things into my body that don't belong. I haven't had a soda since the 7th grade. I stopped eating pork when I was in the 8th grade. So I've made changes, throughout the course of my life for the better. But I was still eating meat. I was still eating a lot of processed stuff, things that shouldn't go in my body. And then the What the Health documentary on Netflix, which I think changed a lot of people's perspective. I've watched a ton of documentaries, Super Size Me. There's a ton of them on Netflix. And the more you learn, and like I said, if you know better, do better. And I can no longer turn a blind eye to all of the bad things that are out there that are cheap. If you've ever noticed when you go in the grocery store, all the stuff that's bad for you is cheap. I used to love going to Walmart and buying the 3 for 99-cent cookies. God damn, those cookies are good. Oatmeal raisin, white chip macadamia nut. Come on, man. Come on. Kill those things. You know why they were 99 cents? Because they were bad for you. There's a ton of stuff in there that's not good for you. There's everything in the store that's worth eating. You got to pay for it. The fruit, the fresh vegetables, anything organic, all of that stuff costs. You know why? Because it's good for you. All the cheap crap, it's inexpensive, easy for you to buy. And they make it that way for you because this country is built on the revolving cycle and changing hands of money. All right? Money is the root of all evil, as we've heard. I still want it, right? But, as all of us do, but these companies don't give a damn about us. They want you, they actually want, and I'm not here to go on this long rant. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to stop and we're going to get back to the program. They want you to be sick because money is in medicine, okay? It's not about the cure for AIDS or the cure for cancer or cure for Alzheimer's. The money's not in the the cure. The money is in raising money for the cure. You know, I'm pretty sure that if they really wanted to, all this money that they raised for science and research, they could have found a cure for some of these ailments by now. But the money is in the cure. That's why prescription pills cost an arm and a leg. If you don't have insurance, you're asked out. The money is in insurance, in medicine, in people getting sick. And you reduce the ability to get sick by paying closer attention to what you put in your body. And I know people say, well, we've been eating these things for years. Doesn't make it right. And I can take it a step further. There wasn't as much genetically enhancements of food back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and even the 80s. As we got into the 90s and the 2000s, these corporations found cheaper ways to create food, to modify genetically food products that we consume that's not good for us. And so you find yourself getting sicker and sicker. And it is what it is, man. I just feel like I'm in a good spot going vegan. I know what I'm putting in my body. I know what I'm getting out. Just know this. When you go to the bathroom and you take a dump, it's not supposed to go straight to the bottom of the toilet like you got an anvil inside your damn stomach. It's supposed to float. I know most of y'all taking dumps, your shit goes straight to the bottom of the toilet. No questions asked. My shit is floating, man. Right on the top. I wanted to stay that way. Enrique Valencia says, I'm picking at a 38% clip. Yikes. Yeah. If you're not above 50, that's a problem. Really? You shouldn't be bragging if you're not above 60. And I'm not above 60 right now. I'm disappointed in myself, to be honest with you. Reese says, Arizona is a tough place to play, Lou, and they bitch slapped us last year. I'm nervous. You should be. Smoking Jay says, you got to use the hashtag to get your comment read. Yes, that is correct. Hashtag Louie T Live, or at least Louie T, so that it'll show up. Kanye the God says, I have risen. We're going to see. We're going to see. He says, the God. All right. I'm looking for you next week, man. Cloud says, Kanye makes great music. His old stuff is legendary. Facts. It's this new stuff I can't get with. You know, the Legend of Pablo and all. I can't, that stuff. I don't even know that guy anymore. I know the college dropout. I know the guy that was the first three albums. I can't even remember the first three. It was College Dropout. Then it was, shit, I can't even remember the name of it. But the first three albums, I put them up against just about any album that's come out over the last 20 years. Just about. Sean Mack says, I'm top 5, bro. You can't be knocking me as I always be up there near the top. That's what I said. I said, you knocking on the door, you just can't get in, but you be right there, man. B.E. said, I said if I'm going down picking my boys. When I pick them and they lose, I still win. That's going to change, B.E. Trust me. It's working out for you now, but that's going to change. Reese says, our schedule will ease up after Arizona, Lou. We're getting healthy, too. I think we can go on a run. We'll see. Excuse me. Andrew Kim says, I think the Ravens get their stride back in the next few weeks. Bears, Vikings, and Finns in the next 3 weeks. That's pretty good. It is. That Vikings game, depending on where it is, that could be a tough one. But if it's at home, you got a shot in that game as well. S. Kennedy says, I love all the talk about Philly being number 2 and how much better the Rams are. Does anyone watch our games except us? Do they forget so quickly? LOL. We'll see. We will see. Clean Senpai says, I'm done screwing around. Time to get serious. Okay. I've heard that. You're not the first person to say that. Okay. You know what I say to that? Okay. Sean Mack says, not meaning to make you feel bad, dog, just giving you some ish. I got your back with your decision. Oh, no doubt, man. I don't take any of that stuff personally, man. No doubt. Smoking Jay says, about to make my mark next week. Okay. Pepe the YouTuber says, bless your heart, Lou. I'd try to go vegan, but those fajita tacos and tamales called to me. I hear you, man. It's hard at first. At the beginning, it's tough. I'm not going to lie to you. Putting down some of your favorites, but once you do it and you go, and I was able to quit cold turkey, you're fine. You know, once you go through those initial withdrawals, you're good. And it was only a few things that I had cravings for, but not really. I really did a good job of transitioning, to be honest. Sean Mack says, I have Crohn's disease, bro, so I'm definitely on an extremely limited diet until I'm dead, LOL. No doubt about that, man. I'm going to continue to pray for you, though, bro. Rodney Ray says, new strategy. Copy that guy who went 3-11 and just pick every other team he picked. Yeah, then you probably go 11-3 next week. So, yeah, that's a hell of a strategy. BE says, I'm on pace to go about 150 and 81. Don't do that, BE. Don't do the whole on pace thing. Okay, don't do that. I hate when they do that. Sean Mack says, I've been saying that shit since I was 15 years old. Government wants to keep us sick. I ain't going to turn this thing political. That's not what this is here for. But yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I can have a discussion with you on that, man. I mean, but it is what it is. Worst Ever says, organic meat, some of the healthiest food, organ meat, some of the healthiest food out there. You can eat healthy and eat meat. Personal decision. If you feel better about it, go for it. Got to research supplements if you go vegan. I've done plenty of research. And there are definitely ways to eat healthy with eating meat. I just choose not to eat meat. To me, there are benefits to eating meat, but there's ways to still get the protein and all the things that you need and not eat meat, which to me is the biggest benefactor of eating meat is the proteins. But animals get protein from the grass that they eat, the greens that they eat. Well, just eat greens. Take the middleman out of the equation. That's the way I feel. Now, of course, you got to eat a lot of greens to get it, but I mean, it's doable. It's doable. Pepe the YouTuber says, preach, Lou. I'm in clinical classes and I've learned a lot of stuff they never tell the public. Shame what's happening in the country. It is. It really is. And the thing is, all of the information is out there. You can enlighten yourself. You just got to go seek it out. But again, ignorance is bliss. No one wants to find that stuff out because it's like not going to the doctor. You know something is wrong, but you really don't want to find out because you're scared of what you're going to find out. That's fine. Reese says, well, I'm happy for you. Keep doing what you're doing if it makes you happy. I will, definitely. No doubt. Appreciate you. Sean Mack says, you shit like your picks, bro. Hey, Sean Mack, I'm taking that personal, bro. Next week, you will be behind me. Taking that personally. Smoking Jay says, whoever says Kanye is bad is lying to themselves. I'm not calling him bad. I just said he's not where he was. College dropout, late registration, and graduation. Thank you, Rodney Ray. Those were all classics. As soon as he went to the 808s, that's when I got off the Kanye bus and I never got back on. I haven't been on since. I've heard a couple of his other albums. They weren't that bad, but they're not to the standard. Ever since his mom died, I think that's where I kind of draw the line. I don't think he'll ever be that guy again and again. I've always said this about artists. Guys who are ultra creative, who are among the best at their craft, you're not going to usually get a better album than their first one. Because you've had so much time to craft and construct that first album. It's your best work. You're your most hungriest. You don't have money. You're rapping about things that most people can relate to. Because that's where you are at that point in your life. When you're 4 or 5 albums in, now you start rapping about frivolous shit. Chains and money and shit you spend your money on. We can't relate to that shit. And he's gone so far left with the stuff he's talking about now. The Kanye West that I fell in love with was conscious, was talking about real shit, not talking about stupid ass stuff and stuff where I don't even know what the hell he's talking about. In any event, whatever. Reese says, I can't give up pizza, Lou. I just can't. You don't have to. There's vegan pizza out there, brother. I just made some vegan pizza the other day at the crib. There are places that sell vegan pizza. You don't got to give up pizza, Reed. Dre True Statement says, how long did it take you to really commit to being vegan? I was teetering for a while, so it really wasn't that hard. I had one last burger. I went on a cruise at the end of July. I had a burger. Man, was that burger good? Damn, that burger was good. I crushed that burger. And I came home from my cruise and we watched we heard about the What the Health video on Netflix. I had already been doing research. I had already been teetering on the fence. And I was really sluggish at the time. I'm a gym rat. I live in the gym. I love exercising, and I didn't have the energy to go exercise. And I was like, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel like this? And it all started to make sense. And it was pretty much a no-brainer for me. I know the rules to the game. I know what's being done out there. I know what's out there. And yet I still choose to make the wrong decision. And finally I said, all right, it's time to stop being hard-headed. You know what's up. You know what you got to do. So do it. So I did. Reese says, what are your recommendations for healthy food I can try? You want to start small. You want to start weaning yourself. And I don't know what you're looking to do. It's hard for me to just give you healthy options because it depends on what you're trying to do. If you tell me along the lines of what you're looking to accomplish or what you're looking to do, I might be able to recommend some things for you. You can never go wrong with leafy green leafy vegetables. You can never go wrong with that. Kale, which is really good for your heart. Spinach, which helps regulate a lot of fiber. All leafy green vegetables are high in fiber, which helps regulate your bowel movements. Again, you got to go to the bathroom. I remember when I was younger, man, I would go to the bathroom like once every 2 weeks. That's crazy. When you go vegan and you start eating healthy, you go to the bathroom every day. Eat something you're not supposed to, and you are in the bathroom immediately. That's a good feeling, though. But in any event, Andrew Kim says, this is turning into a healthy food channel. I'm going to stop now. I'm going to stop. Let's get back to let's get back to football. BE says, I'm smelling double digits wins again for me this week, and it smells sweet. It should be. I think you can get double digits again. This, to me, is an easy week, man. Brown Shoe T2 says, protein isn't as important as people think. You only need about 1 gram of protein per lean pound of body mass to gain muscle when you're working out. You need less when you aren't working out. Protein is still an important building block of the human body. You still need it. It's more important for some than others, but it is an essential building block of the human body. Again, Smoking Jay says, I love greens, and I'm not talking about the healthy kind. I can't with y'all, man. Reese says, Power was Kanye West's last great song, Lou. I didn't even like that song. To me, that was a commercial song. It is what it is. I mean, to each his own. Andrew Kim says, this is a music channel too. I'm seeing future channels in the making. I could talk about a ton of stuff, man. I try to stay well-versed in a lot of things. Enrique Valencia says, off topic, but what are your thoughts on the U.S. missing out on the World Cup? I don't have any thoughts. I don't care about soccer whatsoever at all. I will say this. The U.S. isn't good in soccer because we don't pay enough attention to soccer. And with them not making the World Cup, you know what this is going to do? it's going to make kids want to play soccer less. I remember back in like 1999 when the women won the World Cup and they took, they were taking their shirt off and they were sliding in the grass. How many people, how many little girls wanted to play soccer because of that? How many people, guys, all of us, I know I even was watching soccer then. I hate soccer. I don't care about soccer. It's not a game that I love. It's not a game that I can get down with. Any game that has ties consistently, I can't rock with you. I can't watch a game for 90 minutes and then you tell me it's a tie. Man, you better get out my face with that. Jay Orion says, do you see any upsets this week? Speaking of which, that takes me to my picks for this week. So I'm sorry that I turned this into a health and music network tonight at the end. But that's a perfect segue. Do I see any upsets this week? You're about to find out. I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for joining me tonight. Send your picks. Make sure they're in before Thursday Night Football. This was fun. I always enjoy chopping it up with you guys. Even late. It's 1 o'clock and you guys are still up talking to me. Some of y'all are out west, so it's not as late where you are. But in any event, we on the East Coast. It's late as hell for us. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead, give y'all my week 6 picks, glide to the side. And I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here on the Louie T Network. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything in the National Football Leagues. Week number 6 picks coming at you right about now. Well, it was another rough week for the good guy, Louie T. 7-7 for me last week, right at that Mendoza line. Another 4 teams on a bye week in week 6 means 14 games once again. And I'm prepared now. I've been going the route of, let me just hurry up and make picks live on the air and just look at the picks and the teams as they go and the games. And nah, that's not what I do. And this is what I do. I sit down, I analyze these games. I go back and forth, I argue with myself, and then I come to a sound, logical conclusion. Haven't been doing that. I've just been picking winners. Or, in the case of the last few weeks, losers as well. It's time to get back to picking winners, man. So, I come to you today with a clear mind and a winning heart. I'm ready to get back to my winning ways, and what better time to do it than week 6 in the National Football League? So, here are my winners for week number 6. We start on Thursday Night Football, Eagles, Panthers. That's going to be a hell of a football game. 2 4-1 teams locking horns. Should be an outstanding game. The Panthers right now are playing phenomenal football on both sides of the football, and I think that's going to carry them. Plus, being at home is a big factor in this game. If the Eagles were home, maybe the Eagles might get it done in this game. But Panthers haven't been shy going on the road and beating teams anyhow. Last 2 weeks, beating the Patriots and Lions, respectively. I look for the Panthers to continue their hot football and get it done versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Take the Panthers at home on Thursday night in what is shaping up to be the best Thursday night game we've had thus far in 2017. Go to the Sunday games. Miami Dolphins, who have been struggling to score points, going up against the fresh and arguably one of the most explosive teams in the league, in the Atlanta Falcons, who are coming off of a bye. There's no doubt in my mind that the Miami Dolphins can't score enough points in this game to get a W, and so this is an easy layup. I'll just put it in the basket. Give me the Falcons at home off the bye to dispose of the Miami Dolphins. As you go to the Chicago Bears, the Bears taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Mitchell Trubisky going to make his second career NFL start, his first on the road. I don't anticipate this going much better than the first one did. I don't anticipate the score being as close either. They're on the road. I think he's going to struggle a little bit more against a very ferocious Ravens defense. I don't know if the Ravens offense is all of a sudden better now that they scored 30 on the Oakland Raiders or not, but I will say this much: that defense is going to have some fun at the expense of Mitchell Trubisky. I expect at least 2 turnovers, possibly more, from Mitchell Trubisky in this game. I'll take the Ravens at home to win this football game. You go to the Browns at the Texans. The Texans lost a lot of defensive firepower on Sunday, losing both Whitney Mercilus and J.J. Watt for the season. Despite those losses, they're still good enough defensively to get the job done versus the Browns, and they are way light years ahead of the Cleveland Browns on the offensive side of the football. Translation: Texans are going to win this game, probably going away. Give me the Texans to win this game and it not even be close, as the Browns are suspended from my sheet indefinitely. As we move on to the next game, Packers at Vikings. Wow. NFC North family business of the highest order. These two teams are probably the best 2 teams in that division, despite not having a starting quarterback in Minnesota at this very moment and having to start Case Keenum yet again. They're probably better off than the Lions right now, who are hurting at the quarterback position themselves, with Matthew Stafford dealing with an injury, which we'll get to here in a second. It doesn't matter, though. Even if Sam Bradford were playing in this game, I don't know if I would have sided with the Minnesota Vikings in any event. But now that I know he's not playing because he re-aggravated his knee injury on Monday, I'm definitely going with the Green Bay Packers, who are hot. They're 4-1, one of the best teams in the league, and I expect them to find a way to take care of business. It's not going to be easy. It's family business. You know how the family do it. But I expect Aaron Rodgers and company to come out of Minnesota with a W. I'll take the Packers on the road for the win. Lions at Saints. This is a game in which the Lions have dominated over the last 3 to 4 years. They've went into New Orleans and taken care of business on primetime television. They've taken care of New Orleans at home. They've had the Saints number. That stops this week in week 6. Saints coming off of a bye. They're feeling good about themselves. They rid themselves of Adrian Peterson, so one less distraction and headache on the sidelines. I think they're in a good place mentally right now after winning 2 straight to get back to 500 on the season. They're coming off of a bye, so 2 weeks to prepare for this Lions football team. And oh, by the way, Matthew Stafford is banged up. I'll take the Saints at home to outscore the Lions in this game. Lions have been playing outstanding defense. I still think they're going to give up enough points to lose this game. I'll take the Saints at home over the Lions. Patriots at the Jets. The Jets' 3-game winning streak. It's cute. It's nice. It's fun. It's done. Give me the Patriots to go into New York. And I don't know if they're going to obliterate those boys or not, because the Jets know how to play the Patriots. Again, family business. You know how the family do it. If these 2 teams said they ain't did it, then they ain't did it. But if they did, well, that's family business. I stay out of these types of affairs because this is of none of my business. However, Tom TBE normally gets it done against the Jets, and that's not a good Jets football team. Don't let the record fool you. I'll take the Patriots on the road to win that football game. As we move on to the next one, 49ers at the Redskins. Similar situation to the Saints and the Lions game. Redskins coming off a bye, 2 weeks to prepare for a 49ers team that hasn't won this season. Doesn't mean that this won't be a competitive football game, but I expect the Redskins to get it done. If they're a good football team, and we all think they are after watching them the last two games, we think they're a good football team. They need to show that by beating the San Francisco 49ers at home. You go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals trade for Adrian Peterson. That shows me that they're at their wits' end with this offense. Carson Palmer is a mess. They don't trust the passing game to get them through. So now they've pulled out the final card in the deck by trading for Adrian Peterson. They're looking to try to run the football and have that be the saving grace of this offense until David Johnson returns. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll see. I know one thing's for sure. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are stewing after giving one away on Thursday Night Football versus the Patriots. They go on the road. They're the better team in this football game. And if they want to make the playoffs, if they want to be a competitive football team in that tough NFC South division, they're going to have to win games like this on the road. Give me Tampa Bay on the road to go and get a tough, gutty victory against this Arizona Cardinals football team. As we move on to the next game, one of the most intriguing games of Week 6. If Eagles and Panthers is 1A. Jaguars at home hosting the Los Angeles Rams is 1B for me in week 6. This is a fascinating game because neither one of us expected these two teams to be at 3-2 at this point of the season. Neither one of us thought that these teams would be as good as they have been. The Rams on offense, the Jags on defense. But the Jags have set an ugly precedent this season. They are winning one game, losing one game, winning one game, losing one game, winning one game. They just won in decisive fashion on the road versus Pittsburgh. Time for a letdown at home versus the Rams. I'm taking the Rams on the road to go in there and find a way to get it done. Generally, in these types of matchups, and this may be the one game I regret in week 6, in these types of matchups, the defense usually dominates the offense. When it's a good offense versus a good defense, the good defense usually wins out. But I've got an eerie feeling that Blake Bortles is about to piss the bed, and he's going to turn it over in this game, and the Rams are going to get pressure. They're going to stop Leonard Fournette, and they're going to make Blake Bortles beat him. He's not going to be able to do it, and they're going to be able to win the game, or the Los Angeles Rams. Give me the Rams on the road to win that football game. You go to the next one. This is a big one. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, Chiefs are undefeated at 5-0, the last remaining undefeated, unbeaten team in the league. The Steelers looked god-awful last week. Ben Roethlisberger is questioning himself, which he should. I don't know if I can still do this at a high level or not. Right, you should, because I've already told you guys, once you start contemplating retirement, much like Carson Palmer, you just need to go ahead and hang it up because one foot is already out the door. You're not going to play the game the way that it needs to be played. That being said, this is what the Steelers do. They lose to inferior opponents, or at least allow inferior opponents to hang around and almost beat them, or in the case of the Bears and now the Jacksonville Jaguars, to beat them. This is a situation here where they rise to the occasion, and they do this quite often, where they go against a team that they have no business beating but find a way to get it done. Everyone thinks the Steelers are dead. Everyone thinks the Steelers are washed after what we saw last week. And hell, they still haven't put together a complete game offensively this season. Not saying that this is going to be the game that they do it, but I am saying that they're going to find a way to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in this game. Give me the Steelers in my upset special of the week over the Kansas City Chiefs. Chargers at Raiders. Derek Carr should be back. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I can't say. I know this much. The Chargers won their first game of the season. Hey, how about that? Maybe that's going to start a streak of 2 or 3 straight wins for those guys. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. I don't trust the Chargers. I don't trust the Raiders. The Raiders are at home. It's family business. Carr's supposed to play. I'll err on the side of caution and go with the home team. Give me the Raiders in this game to bounce back and snap that 3-game losing skid that they're on. You go to Sunday Night Football in what is the easiest game of the week. It's not even close. The Giants are depleted. They just suspended one of their better corners because, as I told you, once things go south, guys start to quit. And you already seeing signs of a team that's starting to quit. The Broncos are going to dominate this football game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants score 0, 3, or 6 points in this game. I don't expect this one to be close, and they're coming off of a bye. Give me the Broncos in blowout fashion on Sunday Night Football, which takes us to Monday Night Football. Another family business matchup, this time of the AFC South variety. Colts at Titans. Still no Andrew Luck. Mariota, however, should be back in this game. He's on track. If no setbacks occur in practice, he will start for the Tennessee Titans, which is a good thing because if he doesn't, this Colts team is good enough and have the better quarterback of the two teams between him, or Jacoby Brissett, that is, and Matt Cassell. I take the Colts in that situation, but I'm expecting Mariota to play and play well and lead his Titans to a much-needed victory to get back to 500 on the season. I'll take the home team. Give me the Titans on Monday Night Football to oust the Indianapolis Colts and get back to 500 on the season at 3-3. So those are my picks. Quickly recapping: Panthers, Falcons, Ravens, Texans, Packers, Saints, Patriots, Redskins, Bucks, Rams, Steelers, Raiders, Broncos, Titans. 4 roadies. 5 roadies. Maybe one too many. Maybe that Tampa Bay game may be a little bit of a stretch. We'll find out. Maybe the Steelers aren't ready to go on the road and beat an undefeated team. We'll find out. Feel good about these picks. For the first time this year, I am guaranteeing that I will win at least 9 games. I can't guarantee you double digits. It's only 14 games. Tough to guarantee 10 wins when there are only 14 games. But I will guarantee you that I will win no less than 9. I can guarantee you that. And so I'll get back to my winning ways this upcoming week. And hopefully I'll be in a winner's circle when it's all said and done. But in any event, I feel good about what I just did. I sat down, I concentrated, I focused, and I just put forth what I think is a Herculean type of effort. I'm going to see if it nets me the types of dividends that I need right now. I'm struggling. I need it. Time for me to go out and go get it. See you guys next week. Winners and losers. You're looking at a winner right here.